come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
When your home fills up with family, Allo Fiber makes sure that space is a happy place for everyone. Allo Fiber experts install it all, and full service means step-by-step support, guiding you through everything so you can stay connected to what matters, and the family can always feel at home. Put the game on, and don't worry about your Wi-Fi calling a timeout. Better TV and internet service is one connection away. Call Allo at 866-481-2556 or visit allofiber.com.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time, on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lakes and reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line, here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for 3! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEPCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Well,
there?
Hey,
there we go. No, I don't hear you.
Where am I? Number 6, 5. You hear me, Strick?
I don't hear you. I hear me. Huh. Let's see what's going on here. Thank you, guys.
Let's try mic number 4. How about that? We'll try number 4. Number 5's not working. Number 4 will. 5 is my number, though, Stricky. That was me. This is sad.
You see what I'm saying? See? Now you got to work it. You gotta shift. You know, the energy shift. It's got to shift. That's all. You just got to adjust.
My first varsity high school number was 31. So I suppose 3 plus 1 is 4.
There you go.
But as soon as I could, I was off to number 5.
You're a mathematician.
Well, why do you think 5, Stricky, if you had to guess?
Grace. You're a graceful guy.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
5 was my dad's favorite number because his favorite athlete growing up was George Brett.
Okay.
Kansas City Royals, number 5. So that's where number 5 comes from for me.
So you're a generational Royals savant.
Yes. I did not come by it on my own. My dad raised me right.
Okay.
Good work, Dad.
Love it.
Guess what my baseball number was? What do I strike you as? I'll tell you it was not 5. I had a spring number and I had a Legion number.
12.
It was not 12.
Was it in the teens?
My Legion number was in the teens. My spring number was single digit.
Single digit 6.
8.
Oh. And 11.
14.
I was going to say that.
Go with your gut.
I got to do that today because you know what day it is.
Shoot it.
I'm trying to debate on if I'm going to pull out the Mario hat or bring the belt in here. I'm trying to debate. I'm kind of shaky. 402-464-5685 if you want Stricky. I'm going to post it on my Instagram, eStrick2020. I'm going to do a post sometime during the show. But
You didn't need it on Tuesday.
Should I bring out the Mario Stricky hat, or just go with the Stricky?
It was in the room for you, but you didn't actually wear it on Tuesday.
Pause. I didn't do that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It's already started.
We are 3 minutes into the show. Eric, start your counter. Eric, I know you're on the text line. Eric, the counter is at 1. If that's how we're starting off the show, we're going to have an... Eric says, yes, let's work on less pauses today, Strick. Well, there you go, Eric.
Listen,
counter's already at 1.
It's because my voice is down. I've got to figure out, how not to be so...
Excuses.
Filthy-minded.
Yeah.
That part.
Nebraska's defense been pretty filthy this year. If you look at the numbers, Stricky.
Yeah. Talk to me about it.
What
you're the mathematician, Wes. You're the analytical genius. You're the resident encyclopedia. You got all of it, man. That's
information
why
at my
Partner.
fingertips.
So, because one thing, wait. My thing is this, Austin. There's 2 points to this thing. One, who is better at picking up what I'm putting down? Austin Orman or the Sutter Heyman text line, 402-464-5685. I personally think the Sutter Heyman text line,
they get you. They're in your brain, your hive mind sometimes.
They get Stricky. Now you
shaky sometimes. Sutter Heyman text line got you on movies.
Yeah, that is true. You got me on the numbers.
I got you on the numbers.
You kind of like you feel me if I'm throwing something out there, you jump on it.
If we're on the same topic, yeah,
that part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Nebraska football defense, number 6 in the country in stop rate.
Is that getting off after third? What is that?
Stop rate. Glad you asked.
Talk to me.
Max Olson used to write for The Athletic, now writes for ESPN. Says it's a basic measurement of success. The percentage of a defense's drives that end in punts, turnovers, or turnovers on downs. So any drives that you don't allow points on the board is considered a stop. Last year...
Pause. Not the filthy-minded pause, but just...
Stricky just has something to say. Pause.
That part. So, Eric, that don't count. Okay.
Still at 1.
When you talk about that number to me means a lot because I viewed Nebraska's defense from a perspective of bend but don't break. That's excellent in bend but don't break methodology. That's an excellent stat. Okay.
Nebraska, 79.6% of opponent drives have ended with a turnover, a punt, or a turnover on downs. 79.6. 4 out of every 5 drives by opponents, they don't score. Number 1 right now is Texas, 87%. Army, 83%. Tennessee, 82%. Ohio State, 81.8%. Notre Dame, 80%. So just a hair above Nebraska. So that's interesting, right? Nebraska's done a good job of keeping teams out of the end zone, of limiting them, and holding field goals off the board as well, right? You don't win games by kicking field goals, but they can help you. Certainly, we know Nebraska would like this. But Strick, as I dug into this even a little bit more,
that game against Rutgers sent it through the freaking skewed it hugely,
but it counts
bigly.
It all counts.
That's a Strictionary word.
Bigly.
Yeah, move on.
We're getting there though.
Yeah.
What if I told you, according to Bill Connolly's SP Plus, Nebraska rated higher than number 6 on defense?
Bring that back. Rewind that. Say that again.
Bill Connolly's SP Plus rankings. Okay. We've talked about those a number of times on the show. Tempo and opponent adjusted measure of efficiency. Okay. What if I told you Nebraska was better than the 6th best defense in the country, according to one number? Would you believe it?
No, because of Illinois. No.
Nebraska right now, according to SP Plus, again, this opponent adjusted, tempo adjusted, forward facing metric, has Nebraska overall as the number 22 team in the country right now. The offense is 83rd, 24.8 offensive rating. The defense, Stricky, a rating of 10.9, number 1.
Really?
Number 1 in the country.
That's
SP
crazy.
Plus defensive rankings. You know who's number 2? Iowa. Number
Really?
3, Ohio State. Number
I was gonna
4,
say Ohio
Texas.
State.
Number 5, Penn State. Number 6, Notre Dame. Number 7, Tennessee. Number 8, Ole Miss. Number 9, Michigan.
Wow.
But Nebraska is number 1. And again, it is opponent adjusted and tempo adjusted.
Help me to understand the tempo adjusted.
Not every team plays the same number of plays every game, so it normalizes for number of plays
So
faced.
It's an analytical data assessment that's implemented to help to balance or to okay. I like that, man. I look, if that holds true to form, there's something special that can happen this year.
That's my next question. Is that a product of the first 6 games? And do you think it can hold up over the next 6 games?
So coming into the year, one of the things I talked about that I hoped would change what's happening here at Nebraska for football, and that was depth, increase in depth, and increase in across the board balance. So like for the last 2 to 3 years, you've had one guy that was explosive. You had a Trey Palmer. What's my guy that went to he came in, but then he ended up in Green Bay.
Oh, Samari.
Yeah, Samari Toure. You picked up what I put down that time. I didn't have to ask the text line.
I was gonna jump in with that, but I wanted to see if you would pull it. So
yeah,
I got you.
So when we talk about those increases, we saw where it started first with depth was on the defensive side. We knew that the defensive line was light, and the effect of that was going to be determined by how well the offense played by moving up and down the field and giving them rest. They needed that, and to have the success that they had last year without that showed me something. And then you increase depth, so the numbers don't surprise me, but can they continue? I still think offensive efficiency and the ability to do the things that I talked about last year is going to be important for that holding firm as far as the way that the numbers are being displayed right now.
Nebraska has faced, what would you say, 2 above average offenses so far this year?
I would say
Colorado was the first one. They held to 10 points, and then Illinois put up 31 on them.
Yeah.
You're going to get some more challenges in the back half of the year, Strick. I mean, Indiana is a top 5 offense in the country by a lot of metrics. Ohio State certainly has no problems moving the ball and scoring the ball. UCLA, I guess we'll see. USC, athletes all over the field. Wisconsin just put up 42 on a Rutgers team that Nebraska put up 14 against. And then even Iowa. Like, Iowa's not good offensively. I'm trying to pull up Iowa's offensive SP plus rating is 81st, but that's 2 spots ahead of Nebraska, right? They're running the ball a lot better than they have over the last handful of years. So they're not quite as one-dimensionally reliant on special teams, or dimension and a half reliant on defense and special teams, I should say. The challenge is going to get tougher. Nebraska, I think that the goal and the hope, Strick, is that facing, 2 above average offenses and 4 average or worse offenses built confidence into the unit, right? That they learned the building blocks. They learned kind of the groundwork fundamentals they had to get laid.
The speed.
Yeah. But it's going to take another step up. And this is where, Strick, you go from, you still have to rely on your scheme, right? You can't go play outside of your scheme. But I think in these next 6 games for the Husker defense, to me, what's going to change these games and keep Nebraska inside the top 15, which I think would still be a reasonable expectation for this defense, what's going to keep Nebraska in the top 15 in those metrics will be players inside of their responsibility in the scheme going above and beyond their responsibilities to just go make a dang play.
Yes, and timely.
Yes.
Timely. What's the word I'm looking for? Like maximizing opportunities and taking advantages of mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That means busted coverages, missed assignments, not getting depth, not in a gap. Like this has to be, again, just to speak to what we've been talking about, a whole game from both sides of the ball as well as special. It's got to be a whole game. That is going to take your confidence even to a higher level, and you're going to need it because of what's coming behind that.
BJ in Wichita says that's a great stat for the defense, but I feel like the Nebraska rushing game has to get better as league play toughens to keep the defense off the field a little bit. We've talked about that, for the last couple of weeks here, Strick, about Nebraska over the bye week searching for some more explosiveness in the run game. That offensive number, Nebraska right now at 24.8 offensive rating according to SP Plus, 83rd in the country. That's a below average rating, right? There's 134 teams, so 67 and above is average and above, but 68 and below is below average. Does it feel like Nebraska has a below average offense to you?
I would say average, not below average. I don't think they're below. I think again, it's things like energy and extra effort and consistency, and it's those little things that puts them even at average. I mean, I think they're skilled enough to be an above average offense. I think they have enough skilled players, as well as the line has been together now for probably one of the longest tenures, even in the Big Ten, if not the country.
Yeah.
And they should be better. But it's these little things of not one half, one series, 4 series. And then that's that, what is that word? That comfortable complacency.
Yeah.
Not brand.
Yeah.
But it's just a complacency that sets in. It's like, oh, we've done it. No, that's the difference between being great and just being good or average. Being great is you do your job with high intensity and effect every time you touch the field or touch the court or whatever you're playing. That's how you dominate. That's how you become great. That's how the Bulls were the Bulls, right? It was because even when you wanted to settle, Michael would not let you. Kobe, those guys, they would not let you. They would either get you out of there or you raise your bar. You see what I'm saying? This is why him and like Swaggy P, Kobe didn't, because he's like, you want to be too glitzy and glammy. You're too LA bougie. No, we're grinders here. This is why people love the grit and grind of like what Detroit used to be, because they know, even though they didn't have, outside of the Isaiah Thomas, but beyond that, when it was Chauncey Billups, they didn't have no superstars. It was a bunch of just hard-nosed, gritty, Motor City type guys that played well together and consistently. That's how it's done. That's what you haven't seen yet in Nebraska.
I'm with you. And that's why I think when you look at this Nebraska team from the outside and you try to say, what is Nebraska going to be at the end of the year? I think it goes back to, you have to take it game by game. You have to look matchup by matchup. And these stats, I think, are illuminating to a degree, but I also don't think they tell the whole picture, because Nebraska's defense doesn't look like the number one defense in the country. And I'm with you. The offense doesn't look like a below average offense. Pretty much every graph I look at, Strick, about numbers has Nebraska in a big mess of teams in the middle. It's hard to pick out the end because there's so many teams around them. Nebraska hasn't necessarily differentiated itself, right? Yes, the defense is still ahead of the offense. I feel comfortable saying that. Defense has generally performed more consistently than the offense. I feel comfortable saying that. But Nebraska is such a complicated statistical evaluation this year. So using, I think, numbers to project what Nebraska is right now looks flawed. And if you can't tell what Nebraska is right now, good luck projecting what the next 6 games are going to look like and tell you what Nebraska can be.
Yeah. And this is a great game. This is a great time. You're on the road. You're away from all the noise. You've had a time off. There's no excuse. You've had a bye week. There's no excuse for leaving everything that you've got on that field in this particular game. Whatever you got to do to get this win, even if it's Dan Lanning style, without
Right.
the changes.
Hopefully that change isn't already implemented. Whatever's going on
your
there.
loophole is, find that, Coach Rule. Find that to this weekend. That's what you need to do.
Hammer it home. Text line, you guys have a lot of great questions there. We would love to get to them. We got a guest coming in. We have Rachel Barth. She's the Director of Air Service Management and Strategic Marketing with the Lincoln Airport. She's in the building, and Jake's talking her ear off. Let's get her away from Jake in here with the fellas here on the block, brought to you by NEPCO. Rachel Barth joins us next.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine, and it will be windy. We'll see an afternoon high around 75. Tonight, we'll see clear skies and breezy, with a low around 54. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies, and it will be breezy again. An afternoon high around 78. I'm meteorologist Kyle Buck from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This October, the Bonsall Spooktacular 10 event is back with spooktacular savings all month long. Stop by anytime in October to discover incredible deals, including hot tubs as low as $5,995. That's up to 20% off MSRP. Plus, enjoy 10% off infrared and traditional saunas. Don't miss out on these hauntingly good offers. Visit Bonsall Pool and Spa today. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better at 33rd and Pioneers.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now's the time to get your John Deere equipment inspected and prepared for next season. Acres trained technicians will thoroughly evaluate your machine and get it running at peak performance. And for a limited time, Acres is offering early inspection incentives. Sign up before December 15th and qualify for a discount on parts installed by Acres. Get no interest and no payments until November of 25 with approved financing through John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. Contact your nearest Acres location for details.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in On the Block, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Strick on the end, Austin Norman over here. Ellie's on the board, and we are joined, as I told you, by Rachel Barth. She is the Director of Air Service Management and Strategic Marketing at the Lincoln Airport. Had to take a breath during that title. That sounds fancy schmancy and important, Rachel.
Yeah, other duties as assigned.
As always. So first of all, how'd you get to Lincoln Airport?
That's a great question. So a couple years ago, I was kind of recruited by them a little bit. So I've kind of been in the Lincoln area for a while. I actually used to work in this building, you guys. I used to work for
Really?
I used to work for Lincoln Electric System. So I was here in this building. So it's definitely very deja vu walking in here.
Do you like what we did with the place?
Yeah.
I love it. Yes, it's much better than people having to pay their electric bills. But yeah, so I was in corporate real estate for a while, always kind of been in the marketing world, found my way to aviation and have been at Lincoln Airport now for 4.5 years and recently moved into this air service development role. So now my job is to hopefully get more flights and better destinations to Lincoln Airport.
So that is something, because I travel quite a bit, and
Sure.
my partner
Yeah, it skips town on me all the time.
my partner knows. Now, I haven't had the pleasure of flying as much out of there, and
Sure.
a lot of it has to do with me personally because of where I go.
Yep.
Like American or Southwest is
Yep.
really the one that get me there pretty. Now,
Perfect.
I
Yep.
do know, are you guys hub? Is there a hub? Are you looking to create a hub? What are you trying to generate as far as to bring some of that that movement to
Sure.
want to
Sure.
fly out of Lincoln?
Sure. So the Lincoln Airport, we are considered a non-hub airport just because of our size. And so we're definitely more on that regional level,
Okay.
right? We're not going to have those big international flights just because one, the airport's not set up for international, but two, just because of the capacity and population of Lincoln, we're more of a regional city. However, that doesn't mean we don't have quite a few people that can and do fly out of the Lincoln Airport because we pull from other cities to come here. Right now, we have United Airlines, and they fly 4 times a day to Chicago and 4 to Denver. So huge hubs. So again, if you're a United person or you just need to get to a hub to get to who was my friend the other day? Need to get to Huntsville, Alabama. 'Cause
Probably
that's-
Raph.
Raph.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
He's
Raph.
like,
Always
"Can you-
Raph.
can you-
You said Alabama. It's
Yeah,
Raph.
he's like, can you get me that flight? I was like, no, like I'm not gonna get you a flight to Huntsville. But again, that's how you get to those small communities is actually to get to a major hub first and then to get there. We had Delta pre-pandemic, and so we would love to get Delta Airlines back. They were a big community partner. They had flights to Atlanta and they had flights to Minneapolis. So that really set us up well to be able to get people from Lincoln to 4 major hubs. That would be ideal. So that's kind of, I would say, priority number 1 is to try to get Delta.
Dallas.
Yeah, I would love to. I know Coach Will loves Dallas, and we know that there's a Texas market here. We know a lot of folks want to go to Texas. One, that helps with getting people to a warm destination, especially if they're flying through the winter. 2, it's huge for recruitment, not just from students, but from athletes. So we would love to see American Airlines come in. However, that doesn't mean they're going to, right? Like we also have to show them that we are going to be able to fill those flights and things like that. So that's kind of my job, and what I've been working on is you go to these conferences, you meet with these airlines. I kind of joke it's like speed dating. On the other show, it's kind of like an NIL deal, right? Like you have to lure them to your community. You have to show them what incentives are here, and it is definitely a pay to play system, very similar to NIL. And so luckily I follow NIL. I love college sports. We've done some NIL athlete contracts at the airport, so I know how they are structured and work. And honestly, try to recruit an airline is very similar to that.
Good.
I'm a Lincoln guy. Partner Stricky is an Omaha guy.
Yes.
He's Omaha this, Omaha that. Omaha's lagging behind. Omaha needs to catch up. Omaha's too big. It's too far, right?
Yeah.
I live 10 minutes from the Lincoln Airport.
Yes.
I love Lincoln. Born, raised. I'm sticking here as long as I can. When you meet with these airlines, What's your sales pitch of Lincoln to them?
Pause. I'm going to add to that question. Take that question.
Okay.
But add to it. The reason for me that I do live in Omaha is because of my travel.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I hear what he's saying, but it's because of where I travel to. I just don't want to come in.
Yep.
This is me.
Yeah.
But that's an add to what you're about to say.
No, it's 100%. We hear it all the time. I also run our social media channels, so trust me, I get all the keyboard warriors after me on why we don't have certain flights. So a lot of it is just, what does work for your community. Just because you think we deserve XYZ doesn't mean we necessarily do. Or again, the airline may not see that there's a demand here. And so honestly, one of my biggest pitches is how well we do have air service. Like when we do have air service, we fill the planes. And so we are over 90% full on all of our flights, which is
awesome.
Which is actually showing that
awesome.
we are spilling people to Omaha. So we actually fill the flights we have. United continues to add capacity, so they're bringing in bigger aircraft. Yep, and they're adding more flights, which is great. That's like our number one. Like that's how we're showing we're doing the right things. That's what you want to show to like a Delta or an American or whoever else we're talking to. Which there's tons of airlines. You talk to them and you say, "Look at this." Number two is the university. We're R1 Research University. We have tons of students that come in from obviously out of state, international travel. So when you look at international travel, airlines love that because those are higher ticket price passengers. And if you compare our international travel to even Omaha, I think they're at 8 or 9%, and we're over 11%. Closer to 12% of our passengers are international. One, Lincoln's a big refugee population. Two, we have the R1 Research University. So definitely we partner a ton with the university, obviously with Husker Athletics. Love when the football team, volleyball team, basketball teams, baseball, softball, you name it, cross country just flew out. We want them to fly out of our airport every single time. So that's what I talk about. I rave about Husker Athletics when I'm going to these conferences. I'm talking about the partnership, being the official airport of the Huskers, talking about how people would fly local if they had those options. Like if we have the plane, we'll fill it. And so those are kind of my sales pitches when I talk. We also talk about how it's more affordable to fly out of here because we are smaller. So love my friends in Omaha. I really do get along with the Omaha airport folks. They're great people. They're going to do a huge renovation, like over $1 billion. Somebody has to pay for that, right? And so sometimes that cost gets passed off to the airlines or to the tenants where their price most likely will raise. That's a fact. So ours will stay lower. And so if you're talking to some of those low cost carriers that do really look at their bottom line, because that's something that they very much appreciate and care about, that's something that we can say, hey, come look at Lincoln. Our costs are going to be lower for you to fly out of here versus maybe one of our competitors. Again, and I always talk about this. If you are somebody that loves convenience, right? You talk about being from Lincoln. I'm from Lincoln. You do not want to drive that hour. Maybe that's,
AD.
If it's an 8 o'clock flight, I don't want to leave at my house at 5.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
We have free 10-minute parking out front. I know everybody at the airport knows 80. You can park in the garage and walk across. And if you're not checking a bag, you literally walk through security and they probably know your name and you're on the flight in 20 minutes. I mean, there is a cost to your time. And if you are somebody that does really look at that bottom dollar, very affordable to park, very cheap to get a Uber or have somebody drop you off, get through security, and you're on your way within, 30, 45 minutes.
So that was you answered part of the question that I was talking about or I was going to ask. And this is kind of a two-parter. One, they are doing this huge renovation.
Yep.
I still think it's kind of behind on it, but that's okay. It's happening.
Yep.
But at some point, you're going to start to grow. At some point, an Allegiant or someone's going to want to come in and business is going to start to expand. How are you guys looking at that part of it?
Sure.
Because right now, you're right. Those costs are going to be passed on. But how are you looking at it? And what is the goal for Lincoln? Is it just is it to remain where you are? Is it to compete? Is it or is it just your zone and
that's a really good that's a good question. So one, we already did do our big construction project. So we started that during the pandemic. One of the best things we did was actually move forward on it because I do feel like we're ahead. One, we were able to keep costs low, where now you're seeing construction costs going up
skyrocket
30, 40, 50%. And we were able to keep ours low because of that. We went through and didn't have to disrupt passenger travel because it was already done during the pandemic. So we went from 4 gates to 6, already anticipating growth. Long-term plans is it actually can extend and we can add more gates on again if we ever need to in the future, talking long term.
You've already prepared for it.
We're already prepared for it.
Gotcha.
Yep. So we're already prepared. That's part of like, we have master plans and strategic plans. We're going through that. We're looking at growth. So one, I have to change people's mindsets of like, how do we compete with Omaha? Because we're not going to, right?
Yeah.
Omaha's the biggest city in Lincoln, biggest city in Nebraska. They also can pull from Iowa. They can pull from other states. Actually, to be honest, Omaha probably doesn't even look at us as a competitor. Their competitor is probably like a Kansas City or even like a Des Moines, right? And Kansas City does capture, I think, like 17% of our market because people will drive the 2-3 hours to get a nonstop to Cancun or whatever destination my friends up in Kansas City have drummed up. So, they're probably not even really looking at us even as a big competitor. One, we kind of know our market. We know our region. And that's also why I'm pushing for more air services. I know we can handle it, right? So if we bring in another carrier, we can sustain that. I really do think bringing in another, what they call a legacy carrier, would do really well here because that helps with competition. And then number two, I would really like to see a low-cost carrier in Lincoln. You mentioned like an Allegiant. You've seen probably the Sun Country. They have these airlines called Breeze, Avelo that are kind of newer in the market. Those are great twice weekly kind of airlines that will get, the college students and get the families of 4 to fly to Orlando or Vegas or Phoenix. And so I really think we can sustain that considering the amount of young professionals that are moving to our town, the amount of college students we have here. So I would really like
hire Stricky.
what they call a ULCC. I think we could do that. I think Lincoln could do really well with 2 legacy carriers and another ultra low cost carrier, bringing one in the market. And ideally, that would be one that maybe Omaha doesn't have. So we're not competing for the same people. That's my kind of target. So I think those are all doable. Again, I just need to remind people it is a pay to play. So airlines aren't just knocking on your door saying, "Hey, Lincoln, let's show up." I mean, we have to show up, and there's money that there's waive fees that you can do and have to do. There's marketing dollars, the support of even doing this radio show and talking about them once they do come. I mean, really, once you sign that contract, it's butts and seats, right? Like that's really what gets you going. And what's the impact to the community is that economic development piece, right? Those are people filling up their vehicles with gas. They're staying in our hotels. They're maybe catching the Husker football game or the volleyball game before they fly out. They're shopping at our local shops. I mean, the economic impact of bringing in new service into a town is twofold. I mean, it's huge for the local economy.
One quick question, and I'm gonna let Austin tap in.
Yes, Stricky fired up today. I'm kind of.
Stricky's on. Can I just come every day? This is so fun.
Man.
2 to 4. Stop by. Yes.
So one of the things that a lot of markets, and I think this could be, and I'm just asking, how are you guys dealing with this part? Because a lot of development now is looking at these development centers that kind of impact the whole general area. You're seeing it with arenas or with football stadiums, or you're seeing them with other developments. You're seeing it even, and I'm asking about the airport market. Sure. Like how are you guys viewing that part of it with the surrounding areas around the airport and its business?
Yeah. So 2 things. One fun fact that a lot of people don't know about the Lincoln Airport is size-wise, we're in the top 20 or 25 in the country. So we're like one of the largest airports in the country. So we have a ton of land, like thousands of acres. If you haven't been out to like kind of that air park, industrial park area, we're in control of all that. So we're seeing a huge boom just with our local kind of tenants needing to grow, whether they're an aviation tenant or industrial tenant. So we really are focusing a lot of effort, not just on air service, but also growing that, because that's what's called non-aeronautical revenue. 2, all the things that are going on with, hopefully this new convention center, with what Pinnacle Bank Arena has done, with what the, Visit Lincoln folks and LPED and even the university, any growth we want to know about, because when I'm going and having these speed dating meetings with airlines, that's the non-tangibles. That's the stuff that they don't know about. And that's why when I go to these meetings, like I am next week to Green Bay, is they want to know what's happening in your community that I can't just go and pull numbers on, right? Like I can show them my load factors. I can show them where people are flying to XYZ, but they want to know what's happening in my community that sets me apart from everybody else. And that's where it's tough, is when I say we're not competing with Omaha, we're really not. We're competing against every other regional airport in the country, because I'm competing for aircraft, you guys. So I'm competing with why should my 75-seat aircraft come to Lincoln and provide service to Dallas versus me going to somewhere in Indiana or Michigan and providing that to somewhere else? So I have to convince these airlines that taking their aircraft and putting it in Lincoln is going to make them money versus them putting it somewhere else and making money. So I'm not really competing against Omaha as much as I am against those other regional airports. So I really am selling Lincoln and what we have to offer and those non-tangibles of what development's happening. What's the university doing? When is this convention center coming? Hey, is there a big company moving to Lincoln that requires travel? And all these people are not going to be traveling to a South market and they need an airline to help back that. That's the stuff I want to hear about.
Yeah.
Maybe this fits. Maybe it's completely antithetical to what you're saying. But I mean, Stricky's a basketball guy. I played in the NBA, college, all that stuff. I'm a basketball guy. I love it. NCAA tournament, right? That's up in Omaha. It's not in Lincoln. College football playoff, though, could only come to Lincoln.
Yeah.
Right? If the Huskers get good, you're going to have to fly a team in here. So I feel like for those bigger events, right, there's no reason Lincoln can't do that except that maybe the infrastructure isn't quite in place, right? Airport, like you said, grown, expanded. How much of getting the ball rolling and making Lincoln, available for those big events starts with you guys at the airport saying, hey, we have facilities, fly here? And are you guys the one that are kind of kicking off that chain reaction, telling the rest of the city, hey, build some hotels, create space, build infrastructure? How much of that is that's already been going on and they're trying to funnel it to you? Hey, now we can pour into your project for the airport. We're ready. Let's get the airport ready. Come see us.
Yeah. So very complicated question. And this could go on for hours. So in a very simple form is, you're right. We all have to be kind of working together and rowing in the same direction. Right. So I think Big Ten had their wrestling here one year, and that was huge, right? They let us know that. So if we could see that United was adding more flights in, or there's charter aircraft coming in, right? Because we can do special one-off, not we, but the airlines will do special one-off charters if the football team wants to fly some donors to a game, or we have gambling charters in and out of the airport all the time. So
Wow.
yes,
To Vegas?
Yeah,
I need to know when that's happening.
Yes, very popular. A lot of regional airports have charter aircraft that come in for these one-off events. And so that's probably what you're talking about with those one-off things is, hey, you're going to see this big influx of people coming to your town over this weekend or these 2 weekends. And you'll see airlines, if they know about it, again, that's where I need the community to tell me that's going on, because then we can start those conversations and saying, hey, American Airlines, hey, United, hey, Delta, let's add some capacity in and some extra flights and sell those so we can get people into the town. But what you did see is even during the College World Series, you'll see those people flying into Lincoln because it's less chaotic, and you'll see them stay in Lincoln because it's cheaper than trying to get a hotel in Omaha.
That's a fact.
It's fact. And I'm really hoping too, with all those beautiful new baseball fields that we're having with that Sandhills Global, they're going to be bringing in all these
these tournaments,
and you're starting to see hotels getting interested out there. I really see that part, which is super close to the airport, right? I drive by every day. You're starting to see that kind of area of town getting cleaned up, hopefully some more investments of restaurants and things like that. That is going to attract tons of people into our community as well. And if those people are flying, right, we want to hear about it. So it's not that I can go wave a magic wand saying I'm going to get a new airline just because we have maybe college football hosting a playoff here or basketball and we're getting the spillover. But if we do know about those and we're getting them more often, that definitely helps tell our story. And that's what we want to do.
I just really believe that okay. When you talk about business, one of the things that you talk about is location.
Yep.
Right? It is such a key component to the success of a business is where you're located, what type of traffic and all of that. To be centralized and centered in the middle of the United States, I think we've done ourselves a disservice in not taking advantage of that. And I'm glad to see that you're getting ahead of this game. You're thinking about those type of things. And why allow it to just kind of circumvent us when there's so much in store that we could provide? I love that.
Yeah, and the Lincoln Airport does have a lot to offer. I mean, we have the Air and Army National Guard out there, so we're a huge asset to the military. Our general aviation is busting at the seams. If you drive out there and you look over kind of where Duncan Aviation and our flight,
we flew out of there.
Yeah, our flight school. There's no more room on that ramp. I mean, it is completely packed.
Nice.
We have decent MROs out there, which those are the maintenance bases, and our industrial park is thriving. So we really have every facet of aviation out there. And we have one of the longest runways in the country, which I always like to talk about, because that can bring in big cargo aircraft, that can bring in your big planes. And so we have tons of opportunity more on like the west side of the airport for growing. And so the more and more we talk about it, I think it's coming. But really at the heart of it, you have to get people local to buy in to fly local. And I know that's tough. I have 2 kids. We fly a lot. I understand when you're pinching pennies and you're looking at that bottom dollar and it's several $100 differences. I totally understand. And then at the end of the day, that's probably not the traveler we're after right now. We're after that business traveler that is like the 80s of the world who just need to get in and out and they want to be home in 20 minutes. We want those business travelers to continue to fly local. And then again, I think once the convenience. And then once we start get more airline interest, I think that's where we can really open it up and start capturing those young professionals and those families and those college students to start flying out of Lincoln. I mean, and they do, you guys. We see families coming in all the time for graduation, spring break, fall break. I think the convenience factor is starting to become a bigger play when people travel than the cost. And that is huge for us because I do not have any control over the cost of an airline ticket. But what I do have control over is a clean airport and how fast it is and how nice the people are and trying to get you in and out in a timely manner. That's the stuff I can control.
Well, Rachel, thank you for your hard work on this. Lincoln born and raised, represent Lincoln, appreciate that. Until we can get you that magic wand,
yes, I know.
We will do our best to support you in that hard work. Seriously, thank you so much for what you're doing for Lincoln, the community, and for spending some time with us today.
Yes, thanks, guys. Go Big Red.
Go Big Red is right. We got the shootout with Strick coming up next, 402-464-5685. Call now. We'll play the game to wrap up hour 1.
Are you or someone you love struggling with substance use? The Bridge Behavioral Health in Lincoln offers outpatient therapy for those 19 and over. The Bridge is conveniently located in the South Haymarket and near city bus lines. With payment options through insurance and a sliding fee scale, services are available for any adult 19 and over seeking help. Call 402-477-3951 to learn more or schedule your appointment today. The Bridge Behavioral Health is a local substance use treatment facility offering hope and a solid foundation for recovery through substance use treatment and behavioral health interventions.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of health care, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th, paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's most dependable side-by-side, the Mule Pro, built to take on your most demanding days. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of October. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with large selection of motorcycles and side-by-sides in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Stop by every Saturday for their Husker tailgate with free food, drinks, and games.
Time for a new heating and cooling system? Get the options, brand, and efficiency that best fits your family and your home. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
This October, the Bonsall Spooktacular 10 event is back with spooktacular savings all month long. Stop by anytime in October to discover incredible deals, including hot tubs as low as $5,995. That's up to 20% off MSRP. Plus, enjoy 10% off infrared and traditional saunas. Don't miss out on these hauntingly good offers. Visit Bonsall Pool and Spa today. Bonsall Pool and Spa, every day made better at 33rd and Pioneers. The Rabbit Hole Bakery, located at 8th and Q in the Haymarket, is the ideal place for fresh breakfast items or desserts made daily. Cream puffs, cinnamon rolls, carrot cake, sweet potato pecan cookies, brownies, blondies. Do I need to keep going? What about bread pudding with homemade bourbon caramel sauce? Stop by the Rabbit Hole Bakery at 8th and Q in the Haymarket today to satisfy your cravings. And if you're looking for larger group orders, they do that too. Order ahead on their website at therabbitholebakery.com today.
Now's the time to get your John Deere equipment inspected and prepared for next season. Acres trained technicians will thoroughly evaluate your machine and get it running at peak performance. And for a limited time, Acres is offering early inspection incentives. Sign up before December 15th and qualify for a discount on parts installed by Acres. Get no interest and no payments until November of 25 with approved financing through John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. Contact your nearest Acres location for details.
If you're not advertising your business on your vehicle, you're missing out on a lot of potential clients, and it's time to change that. Automotive Solutions excels in vinyl wraps and company IDs. They offer BG services with free warranties available, and they service all cars and diesel trucks too. They also service fleets, and if you push snow in the winter, get ahead now with your vehicles. Don't forget, ticket listeners receive a service discount on preventative maintenance. Call Automotive Solutions for an appointment at 531-249-5600 and stop by at 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol. You really think so? No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known, but what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now, 464-5685, to take your shot against Eric Strickland. Shootout with Strick. Brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Time to play the game!
It is time to play the game. The game is the Shootout with Strick. I would be remiss if I didn't thank Mrs. Rachel Barth for the socks. She came through.
She
Stricky.
took care of you, my boy.
The afternoon crew got something.
Finally.
Wow.
I'm tired of Shaky
Awesome.
Jakey and Shut Up Simple. I'm tired of them getting all the goodies.
Even the
it's
drive.
our time, man. Yeah, man. AD and all, man. Bump, man. What they got going on. We need something on the block, man. Every time we come in here, the food's gone, everything, man. Okay. Thank you, Rachel, for taking good care of us today. We appreciate it.
Hey, but don't worry, Stricky. Augie has a gift for you on the Honda of Lincoln hotline. Augie's got these hands for you. Isn't that right, Augie?
I'm coming for you, brother.
Oh, Augie, I listen, because it's you, I don't mind losing the Stricken to you today if I happen to lose. That's why I'm not going to wear the Mario hat on you. So that way the mushrooms and the power don't kick in and I don't have to defeat you and jump on your back.
I told Austin I'm here to wreck your Thirsty Thursday.
Maybe you might send me on a thirsty tailspin. I might go a little bit extra with him, maybe.
We'll see. We'll see, brother.
All right, Augie, hold on the line. We'll get Stricky his questions, then we'll get to you. We are doing KenPom ratings, preseason KenPom ratings. So we'll get Strick his 4, and then we'll get to Augie. Stricky, your round starts in 3, 2, and 1. They're ranked higher by KenPom to start the year. Houston or UConn?
Basketball?
Basketball.
Houston.
It's Houston. They're the highest ranked team that wears green, according to KenPom. Baylor or Florida?
Baylor.
It is Baylor. They're the lowest ranked Big Ten team by KenPom. Penn State or Washington?
Penn State.
It's Washington.
Suck up!
And they're the highest ranked SEC team by Ken Pom.
Alabama.
The answer is Alabama. I tricked you.
Don't say Tennessee.
Hometown, Stricky.
Auburn. You son of a
Auburn.
sucker. You got
number
me.
3 in the preseason.
Gosh. You got me.
I got you with that one.
I owe you. I see how you do me? Okay.
I set you up for it.
Okay.
I tried to set you up.
No, it's on. It's on.
Okay. Augie, 2 to tie, 3 to win. You ready?
Dang it.
I think so.
All right. Your round starts in 3, 2, and 1. They're ranked higher by Ken Pom. Miami or North Carolina?
Carolina.
Yep. They're ranked higher by Ken Pom. Iowa State or Kansas?
Kansas.
It is Kansas. They're the lowest ranked Big East team by Ken Pom. DePaul or Seton Hall?
Seton Hall.
It's DePaul, and they're the highest ranked Big Ten team by Ken Pom. Highest ranked Big Ten team by Ken Pom.
I'm going to have to go Illinois.
Illinois is the guess? Incorrect. Illinois ranked number 23 in the preseason by Ken Pom. Number 1 is Purdue, ranked 10.
I almost put my hat on.
We are going to the tiebreaker. Augie, I will give Strick the question. He will give a number.
I'm gonna be good.
You will go over, under, or push Strick's number. Sound good?
Let's bring it, Stricky.
Okay, Stricky. How many Big 12 men's basketball teams does Ken Pomeroy rank in his preseason top 20 teams? How many Big 12 teams does Ken Pomeroy rank in his top 20 teams?
Five.
Stricky says 5. Augie, you get over, you get under, you get push for the win.
It's under.
It's over. It is 7 teams in the top 20. Houston at number 1, Kansas, Iowa State, Arizona at 6, 7, 8, Baylor at 11, Texas Tech at 15, and Cincinnati at 17. Augie, you talked a big game. You were unable to wreck Strick's Thirsty Thursday.
I thought you were saying Big Ten, and yeah, I got excuses.
There you go. Augie, appreciate the effort. Try again next time, my friend.
Hey, I will. I'll be back.
That's the spirit. That is the spirit. All right, Stricky's got his hat on. The hat of champions.
I didn't have to do it.
You didn't need it.
I need
It's
to
a
go get the
placebo
belt.
hat.
I need to go get the belt.
Ooh. We still got the $30 to Wings and Rings to give away. So how about this? Let's do how many? Okay, Stricky, you give a number to this question. How many ACC teams does Ken Pom rank in his preseason top 10?
Top 10.
Top 10. How many ACC teams does Ken Pom rank in his preseason top 10?
2.
Stricky says 2. Text line, over, under, or push, 402-464-5685. We'll give the $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings away to texter number 2 with the right answer when we get back to On the Block.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of health care, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Drink locally and support local business during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 20th through the 26th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I was noticing on your website, you have more than 150 new 2024 and 2025 Hondas in stock right now.
Yes, we do, Charlie. It's neat when you drive by and see all the cars on our lot, and we have most all models and all different colors available, and we even have more than hundreds on the way. We also have the all-new all-electric 2024 Honda Prologue in stock right now. We have a few of them to choose from. Plus, qualified buyers get financing from just 1.9% APR.
How about your pre-owned selection?
I talk to a lot of my customers and friends, and they still think that we just sell brand new Honda, but we sell all different models, make of pre-owned cars, and we have more than 100 to choose from right now.
Well, maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session, and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Urology Partners of Nebraska is Lincoln's newest full-service urology group. Urology Partners uses state-of-the-art treatment options for both men and women, including some exciting treatments new to our community that help you get back to your confident and active lifestyle. The team at Urology Partners is dedicated to quickly and effectively restoring your health, with new patients typically seen in clinic within 48 hours. Whether you have questions about your prostate, incontinence issues, kidney stones, or erectile dysfunction, their team has you covered. Call Urology Partners today to schedule an appointment.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we want to thank all of our customers for a great September. And now it's time for our annual Halloween sales event happening right now at Koppel. Get 0% financing at Koppel. You heard right, 0% financing on select new models. Also, huge discounts up to $11,500 are available. It's our annual Halloween sales event. Get $11,500 off or 0% financing at Koppel. So please stop on by or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did 0% with roof credit.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine, and it will be windy. We'll see an afternoon high around 75. Tonight, we'll see clear skies and breezy, with a low around 54. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies, and it will be breezy again. An afternoon high around 78. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clark from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Early break. Anthony in the mailbag says, good morning, guys. Question for the mailbag. If you were trapped in a 10 foot by 10 foot concrete room with one animal, what is the largest animal you could kill with nothing but your bare hands?
I'd like to think I could whip an ostrich.
Get a hold of his neck. He's going to whip him around. He's going to whip him around.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three. And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NIPCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Chef Stricky cooking it up.
Had to do
it. You did it to him.
The panay.
Yeah.
You know, I had to do something. It's not going to hold on for the big grill guy to come in. Uncle Kevy.
It's slamming, Stricky.
But I'm trying to compete. You can give Uncle
I appreciate
Kevy
the
a
taste
little
test.
Yeah. Let Uncle Kevy know what's up.
Oh, I sure will. Our text line, not great right now, Stricky. They're all wrong.
All wrong. See, Stricky, you're not smart like Stricky. See?
How many ACC teams in the Ken Pom top 10 preseason? Stricky said 2. Everyone's saying over. The answer's 1.
That part. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Duke, baby.
Duke.
Preseason number 2 at Ken Pom.
So they landed. They landed one of the best players, Cooper Flagg, obviously. And then they land a legacy family in the Boozers
for the next year.
And there's another. Where's he from? Is he from Africa? What's the kid?
Common.
Huh?
Yeah, Common Malawak.
Bruh.
Yeah, he played for the South Sudanese Olympic team.
Yeah,
at
bruh.
18,
he can go.
Yeah.
So they're
But Boozers are next year.
But shout out to what's Coach
John Shire.
Coach Shire. Shout out to Coach Shire.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people didn't think he would be able to do it. Now, is there some Duke money in there? You remember? There's some money in there. Duke's got a lot of alumni.
Hey, funny story though. Miami's the NIL program in ACC basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Miami was also the front runner for the Boozer Twins till like the last couple weeks. That's where they're playing, Chris Columbus High.
Did Dad have any influence on that one? That's something to think about.
Who's gonna say?
We don't know.
Who's gonna say? But no one got the right answer. So we're gonna ask a third question.
Nice.
Third question. Okay.
Doing that? Dig in.
How many Big East teams does Ken Pom rank in his preseason top 20?
Big East.
Top 20.
Top 20.
Yep. First person with the right answer, over under push, gets it.
4.
Stricky says 4. Over, under, push. Text line 321 go. While you're getting those responses in, it is time to tell you that On the Block is brought to you by our friends at NIPCO. NIPCO and Constructor is hiring for all positions with immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Laborers start at $23 and up based on experience. Find out more at nebcoinc.com. The correct answer, $67.85. $67.85 is a push. Push it to the limit.
Stricky on
4.
fire today.
Can you name the 4, Stricky, just for kicks and gigs? I'll give you UConn. Creighton. If you get these next 2, I will be extremely impressed.
UConn, Creighton. Xavier.
Not Xavier. They're down at 30.
Pitt? No, they're not Big East.
Not anymore. Bring back the old Big East, though. I love that conference so much.
St. John's?
St. John's at 19.
Villanova?
Nova at 20. Not Marquette.
No Marquette?
No.
Yeah. Stricky on today. Y'all better leave me
Where'd
alone.
you go, Stricky?
How
about that? How about that?
It's the power up. It's got mushrooms in it. I just didn't put the hat on.
There you go. Heck of a promo on Twitter. Make sure you go check that out at eStrick20. Stricky, let's jump into, since we just have a little bit of a shorter segment since we've been having some fun here, NBA coaches on the hot seat. 5 of them entering the 2024-2025 season. There's a lot that you could argue would be on the hot seat, some that you might say not. Let's start with Quinn Snyder down in Atlanta. This is a guy that's bounced around the NBA for a while, has had a pretty successful career, especially where he was with Utah. Message maybe got a little bit stale. Organization wanted to go a different direction. He ends up in Atlanta, and there's a lot going on in Atlanta. They ship out DeJounte Murray. He goes to New Orleans. And Strick, the Hawks have just been kind of stuck in neutral. They beat the Knicks in the playoff series, a couple years ago now. But Trae Young, really good, maybe not quite an all-NBA player, and not a lot of development from like a Capella and Okongwu. Maybe Jalen Johnson gets there. DeAndre Hunter definitely didn't develop.
Yeah.
Atlanta's a mess right now. Yeah. So if Quinn Snyder gets fired, I'm sure some of it's on him for not sorting out the mess, but there's a lot going on down there.
It's just one of those things that in the environment of coaching of the day is, some of that's the case. It depends, I think, too, on the level of your input into the way that you play. Like for example, I'll just throw it this way. Like, I remember when there was a little bit of separation between upper management and the decisions that were being made by little Don Nelson. And, obviously it wasn't Mark. Mark wasn't involved in that part. He just accepted it and understood and listened to the vision, and he believed what the guy said. But there was a little disconnect. And ultimately, the disconnect ended up bringing them a championship. So it was right by way of management, but it wasn't accepted by the coach. And because of that non-acceptance and didn't feel that they were involved in the process, there was tension that was created. And so that ultimately ended up costing Avery Johnson a coaching job.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought he was a good coach. Surprised he never ever got back into the game of coaching, went into the booth and has not continued on with that. But it depends on your level of input. You know what I mean? Like, how really involved are you? Are some of these players part of your miss? I wanted to go a different way. You said you couldn't go that way because of whatever, right? And so that's what I think is a determining factor in some of these instances as to what happens with the coach as well. But also it can be a scapegoat. It can be a scapegoat mechanism as well. Can't really put the onus and the blame on the players, no matter how much they're not putting in the work and the time.
Front office isn't going to fire itself either.
And there you go. You ultimately end up being the one that takes the fall for it.
We got a text on the text line here from Cubsker. Says, please tell me Billy Donovan is on the hot seat. Hey, name number 2 on this list.
That's a fact.
Billy Donovan.
Good
I think
call.
the perfect way to phrase it, Strick, is NBA purgatory. Like this article from MSN says, never truly contenders, but never awful enough to secure a high draft pick and a chance to land a franchise-altering star.
What did you call it? Something purgatory?
NBA purgatory.
Boy, that's a good word right there.
They got Lonzo Ball back in the preseason, but they haven't moved off of Zach LaVine. They trade DeMar DeRozan, ship him out to Sacramento.
But you really can't remove Zach LaVine.
You can't.
Let's be honest.
$40 million a year.
That's too much,
for
bro.
buckets
Like, for
only.
him. Yeah. No. So anyway, go on.
How much of the Bulls situation, again, kind of like with Quinn Snyder, is front office versus Billy Donovan not developing players? And is Billy Donovan maybe one of those guys who has gotten used to an NBA lifestyle, but whose system might work better in college?
And that goes back to what we had talked about. Some guys just do it better there. And like you said, is the voice of Billy Donovan one to move the needle?
Right.
You know what I mean? I like, he has a great record at the time, but why did he have the record in the time that he spent there in OKC? To me, it had a lot to do because a lot of those young guys were fresh and coming in as young men. It was a very young team at the time. And so your relation is still kind of on a college, mentality and dealing with those. But if you start to deal with grown men, maybe the voice, is not the same. And he just hasn't had the same success to me. But he is definitely on the hot seat.
But he hasn't gotten a lot of young players to work with, right? Like he did to mold into shape. The Bulls have just constantly been pushing their chips in to make it to the playoffs, but not necessarily make a dent. Maybe Billy Donovan for his career, 399 and 319. He's gone 31 and 41, 46 and 36, 40 and 42, and 39 and 43 in Chicago. Again, not great, but with the expanded playoffs, the play-in, the Bulls are always at least in the picture. But Strick, this might be a situation where Billy Donovan would do better with more young guys that he can mold, that he can shape. You see Kobe White come along quite a bit. Even like Ayo Dosunmu played a role for the Bulls last year. Maybe Billy Donovan is a foundational guy, but not the next level playoffs guy for a team.
Well said. There's not much really to add to that because that's well said. I think you're probably right. Some guys And that happens in business too. Like even for myself, Cerebro Sports began as a really small operation, vision, implementation of certain things, faults, failures, COVID, changes. And it got to a point where I had to sit down with the CEO and say, hey man, there's going to be a point where this is going to exceed me. I'm not one to think that I know it all or can do it all. And do I need to be a face and need to have the display of a position? And you got to turn it over to guys that can take it to the next level. I knew that. But what you have sometimes, you have guys that can't accept that of knowing who they are and think they are above what they are and so forth and so on. And so that's what happens sometimes in this game. There's guys that can take you to the next level and there's guys that can get you there, but not necessarily take you over the finish line. You see that in race. You see it all in the world. I mean, you see it in the 4x400. You know what I mean? There's the guys that's better with it starting than there are guys at finishing.
Right.
That's just what it is.
You get your leads, you get your middle, you get your anchor. Everyone has a role in life. Find it.
There you go.
A couple other coaches on this list that I think you can kind of group together here, Strick. Will Hardy with the Utah Jazz, Chauncey Billups with the Portland Trail Blazers. Neither one of these franchises really know where they're going or what they're doing. With the Jazz, obviously they ship out Spida Mitchell a while back. Rudy Gobert, they ship out. But they don't capitalize on Lauri Markkanen's value. They re-sign him and bring back. He's a really good player, really good role guy in the NBA, but he's not good enough to be your number one, right? So the Jazz are just kind of stuck in the middle, don't really know what to do, which puts a young first-time head coach like Will Hardy in a tough position. Same sort of thing for Portland, right? With Chauncey Billups, who has that reputation of being the basketball mind, of getting the show organized. But Portland is just a mess right now when it comes to talent, when it comes to roster. They have 4 centers on the roster, Stricky. Well, what are you going to do with 4 centers? Not a great destination free agents want to go to. They have been just lost in the wind since the Dame Lillard trade and even the CJ McCollum trade before it. I'm not saying Will Hardy and Chauncey Billups are the right guys to get those organizations over the hump. They would feel like major scapegoats to me if their organizations let them go with all the dysfunction and just lack of direction above them.
I really feel bad. Like, I can understand the Chauncey Billups situation, meaning you've got a bunch of young guys. He's a tremendous point guard. He's able to communicate very well. I just think that Portland just let's look. I'm just gonna nip it in the bud because we ain't got a lot of time. Portland just has a history of. They just have a history of doing. Just go back to Sam Bowie and say what you did there. Now, I do think they got cheated out of a championship where that the whatever the refs did in that game against Portland, that team was ready. That team was ready to break through. They were that good. They deservedly did. And I think it happened to Sacramento in the same light.
Yeah.
But Chauncey, I think he's it's unfortunate that there's been a lot of hiccups and a lot of, players that have been brought to the organization. Supremely talented, but just, I don't think have this cohesion of being able to work together. And that, to me, it shows a lot because a lot of what they have are these high AAU or these overtime elite and, just a bunch of these type of players that it doesn't really translate to understanding structure, understanding how to play within a system, and Chauncey's a system guy.
Yeah. So is Will Hardy. I mean, he came up with the Popovich system.
Yeah. So that's why I see it.
Maybe the most intriguing name on this list to me, Strick, is Willie Green. New Orleans Pelicans head coach. And I think, again, this first line sums it up pretty well. The New Orleans Pelicans are a major what-if story seemingly every season in the Western Conference. What if Zion Williamson stayed healthy? What if Brandon Ingram got 5% better at something across the board? What if they traded him? What if they had a center? The Pelicans have been a team I've been keeping my eyes on for the last 3, 4, maybe even 5 years, right? There is a lot of legit NBA talent on that roster, but whether it was, Monty Williams or Willie Green after him, there hasn't been a coach that's been able to get lucky with injuries or meld that talent together for 82 games across the regular season to be in position to host a first-round matchup in the Western Conference playoffs. The Pelicans are fun. The Pelicans are fine. They get so hot, and then they'll cool off when someone gets hurt. Injuries aren't on a coach. But, man, the coach in this situation for Willie Green, it kind of feels like, man, is he pushing all the buttons he has available to him, or is he just letting this happen to him? What are his rotations like? I don't know what to make of New Orleans.
I don't either. I think I probably, the most question I've had about Willie Green was during that playoff run where he wasn't playing Brandon Ingram. And it really wasn't understood what the issue was. You could tell there was frustration. Didn't really have Zion.
Mm-hmm.
You were going with CJ, and it was just weird. It looked to me like they weren't trying to win.
Which is weird when you're in the playoffs.
Right? It was the weirdest thing ever. And I think that's where I was kind of like, what's he got going on there? Is there some disconnect somewhere? I didn't know. So, for me, this year is definitely going to be one to keep your eye on, whether or not that seat gets hotter or not.
They trade for DeJounte Murray.
Mm-hmm.
So he's in the door, probably takes over as the starting point guard. That makes sense to me. Brandon Ingram has been talked about in trades for a long time. Never actually pulled the trigger on that, right? Zion Williamson, we'll see what he looks like there. It shouldn't feel like now or never for a team that still has, so much youth on the roster, a lot of intriguing role players. But to me, Strick, I think with the Pelicans getting bounced by the Thunder in last year's first round, to me, the Pelicans tried to do what the Thunder are doing, but they didn't hit on those foundational superstars, right? The Thunder had Paul George, traded him away to a team that was desperate to win now in the Clippers. And what did they get back? A pretty consensus top 5 player in the NBA in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And then they say, okay, Shai's good. Or keep the brakes on a little bit. Tank another year. What do you get? Chad Holmgren. Not a star, not an all-star, but really good connective piece at the 5, transformative type of player. And then you hit on a draft flyer in Jalen Williams. Pelicans didn't really do any of that. They trade for CJ McCollum instead of trading away Brandon Ingram to get assets. The guy they drafted, Zion Williamson, you understand why they draft him, but they weren't able to get him healthy. What they have done is draft the role players. Herb Jones, pretty darn good. Trey Murphy, pretty darn good. Other guys up and down there, Jose Alvarado, right? Maybe they're steal. It's an intriguing roster, but without that consistent top-end talent to tie it together like Oklahoma City has.
And it's unfortunate they're in the West.
So that part.
You don't have a lot of room for error and a lot of room to miss. So it's unfortunate where you find yourself at. I think if they were able to sneak over to the eastern side of the border, it may be a different story.
Are they a candidate when the NBA expands to go over east?
I say so based on location.
Them in Memphis?
Yeah. I bet based on location. I think so. Add Vegas, maybe Seattle, and then throw them to the east.
Why not?
Yeah.
Let's keep the NBA conversation going. You guys are engaged here on the text line. Really appreciate that. Again, 402-464-5685. We'll move from coaches to players. We're starting to get our top 10s, our top 100 lists with the NBA season really just right around the corner. Let's look at these lists. We know who the number 1 player in the league is. Number 2, near and dear to Stricky's heart. Is he buying it? We'll get into some NBA top 10, top 100 players lists when we get back to On the Block.
The Rabbit Hole Bakery, located at 8th and Q in the Haymarket, is the ideal place for fresh breakfast items or desserts made daily. Cream puffs, cinnamon rolls, carrot cake, sweet potato, pecan cookies, brownies, blondies. Do I need to keep going? What about bread pudding with homemade bourbon caramel sauce? Stop by the Rabbit Hole Bakery at 8th and Q in the Haymarket today to satisfy your cravings. And if you're looking for larger group orders, they do that too. Order ahead on their website at therabbitholebakery.com today.
This is State Senator Carolyn Bosson. Public safety is important in our community. I have a proven record of protecting public safety. I have prosecuted perpetrators of domestic violence, advocated for the rights of child abuse victims, held sexual predators accountable, and fought to keep drug traffickers off our streets. This is Senator Carolyn Bosson, and I will continue to fight to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bosson on November 5th. Paid for by Bosson for Legislature.
Davis Plumbing is a locally owned company specializing in a wide range of plumbing services for both commercial and residential customers. Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and has a team of experienced plumbers ready to help you with any project, big or small. Customer satisfaction and peace of mind is their number one priority. So for any commercial or residential project, give Davis Plumbing a call today at 402-525-6922. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Sartor Hamann Jewelers is celebrating 119 years as Lincoln's top choice for fine jewelry. Join us for our anniversary sale going on now through October 20th. Enjoy an exclusive 20% off on in-stock items, including dazzling diamond jewelry, exquisite rings, and luxury watches. This once-a-year event is our way of saying thank you to the community that has supported us for over a century. Mark your calendars and celebrate this milestone with us by indulging in spectacular savings only at Sartor Hamann Jewelers.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Greens at 402-467-4444 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-4444.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Urology Partners of Nebraska is Lincoln's newest full-service urology group. Urology Partners uses state-of-the-art treatment options for both men and women, including some exciting treatments new to our community that help you get back to your confident and active lifestyle. The team at Urology Partners is dedicated to quickly and effectively restoring your health, with new patients typically seen in clinic within 48 hours. Whether you have questions about your prostate, incontinence issues, kidney stones, or erectile dysfunction, their team has you covered. Call Urology Partners today to schedule an appointment.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Breaking news out of college basketball. Tony Bennett, Virginia head coach, retiring 20 days before tip-off. Holy buckets, does that shake up the ACC? Austin Norman, Eric Strickland, Ellie with you on the board. I'm glad Kevin Meyer's coming. I need a drink to handle that one, Stricky.
No, so for me, right? I'm a thinker, right? And when I see something like that, there's a few things that kind of come to mind as to what could be. Oh, there is going to be a story. It could be a true story, or there could be a story to kind of just bow out gracefully, and it's a story. It's a book, basically, being written, fiction style. Or it's, something to do with health. So for me, it's health related. It's a story that's within a story, or it's the true story. And when I look at this situation, it's very possible that all of the adjustments and changes that have occurred over it's weighty. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Virginia's not Duke.
Ain't that the truth?
Virginia's not North Carolina.
And
I'm saying from a standpoint, they have a solid alumni base. It's solid, but it ain't on the level of a Duke, and it's not on the level of a North Carolina. So I can imagine, and I've been there, and I think I was in G League training there, and it's what is it called? Something Charlottesville. Yeah, Charlottesville is not like a destination location. Deep in the cut, not much to it. Virginia's a nice campus, though.
Oh, beautiful campus. Yeah.
Love the campus. But I can imagine
raises a lot of precedents, as they'll tell you.
I can imagine how tough it is because you're not close enough to the Beltway to tap in on a lot of that DC money. You're a little bit further away from that. And I just can find that it's really tough. It's really tough to recruit in this new age of NIL. And there could be frustration with that. Or you could see the writing on the wall. You could have gotten to camp and saw that this generation and this time, and he's having to coddle, and he's a good coach. He's an old school style coach. Puts in place his system, expects excellence in the system, and then all of a sudden you're just like, bruh, nah. I'm good. I can go on a great good night, sit on the beach with my wife and family and call it a day. I love what I do, but at this point, I'm cool. It could be that. So we just don't know which part of that it is. We don't have a clue. Tinfoil hat. You put on your tinfoil?
My tinfoil hat is on. Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream.
Conspiracy theory.
It's my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn. I get to talk. And the rules are you weren't going to fact check. Okay.
Yeah.
Tinfoil hat on.
Okay, talk to me.
Greg Gard, watch out.
Wisconsin?
Greg Gard, watch out.
Cat!
Hear me out, Stricky.
Here we go.
Hear me out.
Tinfoil hats.
Tony
definitely.
Bennett has done a fantastic job at Virginia. He has been there since 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
Won a national title in 2018-19. Hard to do. Virginia basketball's been solid, right? They've made the tournament, but dating back to the mid-90s, they weren't really anything for 15, 20 years.
Exactly.
Tony Bennett gets
football
there.
is terrible.
Football,
They don't really, that's what I'm saying.
Best.
Talk to me. Keep going.
Okay. Tony Bennett's been really good, but Virginia hasn't gotten back to national title heights.
Yeah.
as good a coach as he is, it's probably a guy you let it ride with, but I think they're getting a little antsy. He was maybe in the running for Michigan if he wanted to dip before. Okay. But Tony Bennett's dad, Dick Bennett, coached at Wisconsin Green Bay. Okay. Got them up and going. But he was a Badger coach too. Dick Bennett really, his pack line defense helped re-kickstart the Wisconsin men's basketball program. Tony Bennett is pulling an Urban Meyer.
He's
taking a year off, says, nope, I'm good. You guys want to push me. I don't know why 20 days before the season. I don't know why. Tony Bennett's taking this year off. Greg Gard is going to have a crappy year in Madison. That team is not going to be good. Tony Bennett takes over.
Okay. 402-464-5685.
I said what I said.
5685. Is the theory plausible out of our guy here, Austin Orman, or
it ain't just plausible, it's gospel truth.
Is it cap? 402-4, let us know. Is it plausible or is it cap?
What's on my head?
Not a
no cap. Not a one.
That's not bad. That's not a bad theory. But here's what
I'm
I
just
also
saying, watch
say.
out.
Like, what did you just asked me a question about the ACC?
Where them who's
right
at?
Now they're giving the ACC 2 thumbs down. Right? The ACC's power is not as it used to be. Right? You've had surges of Miami.
Who's one spot ahead of Nebraska and Ken Palm right now, by the way.
You had a flash of Florida State.
Virginia 78th in Ken Palm preseason.
Yeah, they're not. NC State, boom, pops up out of nowhere.
And then going to fade again.
Boston College, nothing. When you just go up and down the ACC, really, Duke has been your savior. And then these pop-ups, these Cinderella runs, Wake Forest, not since really Tim Duncan and Chris Paul.
Now, they've had a good 2 or 3 year run, but haven't won anything of substance yet.
I think they feel good about this year with the down ACC because, Hunter's still there and they felt like they might have something going. But
Pitt up and down, Louisville down in the dumps.
Well, Louisville thinks they got something with the addition of,
we'll see.
We don't know. They think they do. So I'm not mad at him.
No.
Because you look at the right.
Syracuse
so
not the same.
In a way said it. In a way I'm tinfoil too. In a way I say you look at the writing on the wall, you're just like, peace. I didn't see it that way though. I didn't see it that way.
I just put that out there, okay? Tony Bennett is your next Wisconsin head coach.
If that happens, I'm buying you Misties.
Clip it and ship it. Whoever's in back, clip it. We need it.
I'm good. We're gonna go Misties.
Okay.
Good state.
Okay.
Yeah. If that happens, we got a year to wait.
It's coming. I'm clipping it. Keep it in my back pocket.
Yeah.
I'll bust it out at the right time. We'll take a quick break. We will wrap up the show. We'll go long on NBA top 100 players. Could have saved the Tony Bennett news, but guess what? It was breaking. Had a fun conversation. NBA top 100 players when we get back. Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
It's the fall sports season, and that means that the school year is back in session and you're planning road trips for Nebraska football games and following your kids around to their different events. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car struggling through another season. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Lake and find your next ride. As your fall schedule gets busy, you'll need a reliable way to get to your destinations. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine, and it will be windy. We'll see an afternoon high around 75. Tonight, mostly clear skies and breezy, with a low around 54. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies. It will be breezy again, an afternoon high around 78. I'm meteorologist Kyle Buck from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's most dependable side-by-side, the Mule Pro, built to take on your most demanding days. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of October. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with large selection of motorcycles and side-by-sides in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Stop by every Saturday for their Husker tailgate with free food, drinks, and games.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting wefixbasements.com or call 402-804-1024. At Foundation Repair, we fix basements.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Greens at 402-467-4444 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-4444.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We'll have a little longer last segment now as we take you through the end of On the Block, get you set up for old school, led off by Thirsty Thursday. I'm Austin Norman. To my left, Eric Strickland. To my right, we got Ellie. Been a good show so far. We're going to wrap it up in the NBA with some top 100 player rankings. I think we'll start with the top 10 and see how far down we get from there. Strick, I think it would be a travesty if Nikola Jokic wasn't number one on any of these lists. That makes sense to me. But from the lists I've seen at number 2, your boy, Luka Doncic.
77?
Is Luka Doncic the number 2 player in the NBA right now?
77?
77.
Hey, listen, there's something you've got to watch because I don't believe in coincidences. I think some things are just it's a little shaky and it throws me off. Like I was watching this this show on YouTube. It's this channel on YouTube, and it's called Cosgrove.
Okay,
you have to check it out. I think you being a resident analyst, the encyclopedia for 93.7 The Ticket, all of that good stuff, you would appreciate it. But they had something on there where a little while ago, there was a little bit of frustration from your boy, Klay Thompson. And Klay Thompson was upset, and he can't be upset now because you just don't fall off the map that hard and think you're a top 75 player. And no, that don't happen like that, my boy. You don't get to jump in and fall off the cliff and think that you're them. There's way more guys that had.
There's a difference between cliff jumping and falling off a cliff.
That part.
Klay did the latter.
That part. Mm-hmm. So he wore number 77 because he felt like they thought I'm the 77th best player, and then he gets traded to Dallas. And it's like, is he projecting there's all these different connections, man, that are thrown out. And that's what Cosgrove does. He takes all of these situations, coincidences, and merges them together and put these timelines. It's pretty dope. So anyway, what I'm saying is, Luka, that's amazing that they got him that high. Where I'm surprised is that they don't have Shea higher than he is.
Okay.
But
doesn't it make sense? I mean, Luka is still young. He's a 5-time first-team All-NBA player.
Yeah.
Now that Luka is the most athletic person, but he's not even entered his quote-unquote athletic prime. His shooting numbers were up, higher volume and efficiency from 3 last year. And Strick, he's already led Dallas to the conference finals twice.
Yeah, so I'm not mad. And again, I wasn't saying replace Luka.
Yeah.
So okay. Just to be clear, I wasn't saying replace him. I think they're absolutely right. They have number one. There's no question in my mind that Nikola Jokic is that. Now, where I'm glad they don't have is like an Embiid up there. I would have been like, I stop the cap, right?
I'm seeing Embiid at what number 5 and number 8. Yeah.
Okay. I'm okay with the way all of this looks at this particular time. I do believe that. I believe Giannis at 3, worthy. I'm okay with Shea. I actually not shaky, but I'm okay with Shea. I thought Shea. I would have actually put Shea above right now above
Giannis?
because I just see it. Okay, if you're just talking off a body of work, I can understand how you would have him. I just see an ascension out of Shea that his runway is hyperbolic, man. It's like it's gonna go through the roof, right?
Yeah.
I don't think Giannis is peaked.
Really?
I think he's peaked where he's at.
Okay.
I think a change of scenery could invigorate him. I think he's calling for it subtly, low key, trying to keep. He's not doing it the James Harden way or the KD way. He's the beneficiary of getting to watch those guys do it wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Wrong.
So I think he's doing it in a little bit subtle manner. I think this year is very important for Milwaukee to be able to retain him, or he's going to start wanting to exit. Joel Embiid, okay. Now, I personally think LeBron is too high.
Okay. That's 7.
I still think LeBron is a tremendous player. Top 20, no doubt. Top 15 even at this point. But I actually think Steph Curry's above him. So the fact that you have him above Steph Curry, again, it depends on what your metrics are. If it's your body of work, or is it what it is in the present, or are you looking at just the overall stuff involved with him? But you can't really do that because you got Wemby at 8.
Okay.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Before we get to that, because that is a huge question for me.
Yeah.
Is LeBron the best player on his team this coming season?
I don't think so.
And they have Anthony Davis
way down there. What?
13.
Yeah. No, I don't think he's better than Ant Davis right now.
Okay.
I think Ant is because he's you know what I'm saying?
Or at least injured.
Yeah, injury soft. That I think that hinders him probably a little bit more, but I think he's probably the best player on that team.
Fair enough. You skipped over number 6, Stricky.
Yeah.
This is my boy.
I know.
This is my boy.
Too high.
I agree. This is quite a leap for Tyrese Halliburton.
Come on, somebody.
But the two writers that put this together had him at 7 and at 8.
Man.
So their rationale.
No.
Stricky's throwing. Okay, there it is.
No.
Their rationale is Halliburton led the league in assists per game and orchestrated the most explosive offense. Celtics had best offense because of their floor. But if you need 150 points to win a game, you want the Halliburton Pacers offense. He was the best player on a team that made the conference finals regardless of circumstances.
Oh, gosh.
Said his efficiency dipped because of a midseason injury. He tried to play through. How about this, Stricky? The second to last sentence. Halliburton is evolutionary Nash.
I'm not rolling yet.
Okay. Can he get there?
I mean, obviously his size is a little bit, so he's a little bit taller.
Playing with Carlisle instead of D'Antoni.
Style, yeah. See the style of play. I like that. I think for me, Nash's vision and craftiness exceeded his athletic prowess. So by way of that, he could continuously be and have success. The consistency of his jumper, I still think his jumper mechanics are not going to be consistent over the course of a long career for me. I think they have to change. As far as mechanically sound, Steve Nash is one of the most mechanically sound dudes.
That's a 90% free throw shooter,
right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can get on board with that one, my boy.
So then you said Victor Wembanyama at 8. Too high, too low, just right.
I don't think he's ahead of Steph Curry yet. I just like
so
I think
is Steph too low or is Vic too high?
I think Vic is too high, to be honest.
The two writers, one had him at number 5, one had him down at 14.
Now I can see him there.
Top 15?
Yeah.
So third team all NBA?
I can see him.
Okay.
I can see him in that range. Yeah, Brad, the ranking for, I'm not even going to put his name out there, but yeah, that ranking is a little bit too high. Now, here's where I think a mistake is. I'm going to skip over it. I'm only going to go to him because I think he should be higher. And I think it proves out. I think that guy was, and I said got Wemby way and has him way down there, I think is lunacy. Because I think Jalen Brunson is for real.
Okay. Brunson at 11.
I think he's for real. I think for right now, as we look at the landscape of the NBA, what better point guard out there that can do it on all levels, to include even defend? Who's better than him? Shea,
Steph, potentially. Are you taking Jalen or Steph?
I'm not taking Halliburton over him.
No, I'm with you.
So top 3-point guard.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the aging ones because they're not. No. I'm not talking about Dame, and they're not up there because they're aged out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who's better? 402-464-5685. What better point guard out there right now that can do it on multiple levels and can shift and move and play another position?
Obviously, team context is important, but that Atlantic division, Brunson, best player on the Knicks, Embiid, best player on the Sixers. Who's the best player on the Celtics? Tatum?
They're
Brown,
going to say Tatum.
Someone else?
I think Brown.
So what order did you draft those three in? Who are you taking to start your team? Brunson, Embiid, or Brown?
Can I say none of the above?
You got it. Just a thought exercise. It's just a thought exercise.
Look, here's why I'm going to say Brunson. You ready? I think he's unselfish. I think he's the character of a leader.
Yep.
I think he leads by example and not just by running his mouth. I think he gets the job done. Whether his best player and best running mate is there or not, he's still getting the job done. It doesn't affect him. I can't see Brown getting it done without the other guys. I can't see him taking charge and just being him. I can't see that. I can't even see that for Tatum. I can't. You might be. Now, Embiid, I just think he doesn't show up when it matters. And so that's why.
Because he's unavailable when it matters.
That and just numbers look just like James Harden to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's another interesting one, Stricky. Down at 14 and 15. The two players are Donovan Mitchell and Anthony Edwards. Action Network puts Donovan Mitchell ahead of Anthony Edwards. You rolling?
No.
You're taking Ant over Spida?
I'm taking Ant. One, Ant to me is definitely a two-way offensive juggernaut and a defensive lockdown guy. If he wants to sit down on you, he can sit down on you, and he's willing to take the chance. Pause. Great pause. Way to help your boy out.
I got you, my boy.
And yeah, when he wants to get low, but he'll take the challenge though.
He will.
I like that. So I'm actually rolling with Ant.
I'm rolling with Spider.
I'm not rolling with Kawhi. Send him to the bottom of the list.
Not a 16.
No, sir.
Not right now.
No,
especially because it was just announced he's missing more time. Just came out today.
I told you almost 2 years ago when we first started, I don't think he wants to play basketball anymore. I really don't. I don't think he wants to play. I think he's just like, I hit a lick, and now I'm stealing.
Yeah.
That part.
Would you rather have John Morant or Devin Booker?
Devin Booker is a little bit more consistent for me. He's a little bit more consistently available, and I don't have to worry about pow, pow, pow. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
I think Jimmy Butler's a little bit too high. I think Paul George is high.
PG's about right for me.
I think Lauri Markkanen should be a little bit higher, but I'm okay with it. Trae Young, are you rolling?
I think
that high.
I take Trae Young over Dame Lillard right now.
Ooh, okay.
I do. Trae's more available. He's the engine of that offense, right? Dame was, but Dame's been hurt. Trae's been available. Dame's had a better career, don't get me wrong. But for this next year, I take Trae.
Do we have to do a
yes, find that ID for us.
Do the ID.
Just a little arrow by the side.
James Harden at 25, way too high. Let me know when you're ready, Ellie. Okay. So I'm going to talk about who I think. Okay. Hold on. We got a station ID.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
James Harden at 25, negative Ghost Rider. That pattern is full.
So is his belly, probably.
That part. Too much time in Onyx. De'Aaron Fox.
Too low.
I agree.
Way too low.
I agree.
Way too low.
That's why I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
So talk about it.
I take De'Aaron Fox over Trae Young.
Facts.
And I thought Trae Young was too low. Mm-hmm. De'Aaron Fox learned to shoot, can defend, not great, but he's a good off-ball defender, good at steals. He was the engine, right, of that Kings offense a couple of years ago. Him and Sabonis together, I think Fox is the better player. Mr. Crunch Time. He can score from all three levels. He's fast, good head on his shoulders. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox is a top 20 player in the NBA for me.
Okay, cool. But here's a travesty. And here's where the hateration comes in. Kyrie Irving he shouldn't be at 35. He should be up a little higher.
I feel.
Especially above Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray, we got to have that conversation.
Come on!
Washed.
31?
Nah.
Negative.
Nah.
No, I'm not rolling.
I also take Kyrie as the second banana over Siakam.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact.
I take Tyrese Maxey ahead of Kristaps Porzingis.
Who?
Tyrese Maxey.
Okay.
Over Porzingis.
Okay.
Probably over Sabonis too. Definitely over Harden.
And here's my sleeper.
Okay.
My sleeper is Alperen Sengun.
Ooh, you're rolling with Sengun. Okay.
That's my sleeper. That young fella is like a silent assassin, Jokic style with a little bit more athleticism. But he gets it done. I like him as a big man. I'm actually impressed with him. Quiet assassin. He sneaks in like one of them with them shurikens.
Oh yeah,
them ninjas. Yeah. And by the time you look up, he got 28, 10, and a couple of assists with 1 or 2 blocks on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For a young developing team in Houston. The guy that I think is going to climb this list next year, Stricky, one spot below him on this ranking, Cade Cunningham.
Negative.
I am a Cade Cunningham guy.
He ain't showing me nothing yet.
He's playing in Detroit, and he got better last year, despite a team losing 28 games in a row. I am rolling. I am riding with Cade Cunningham.
Austin Orr.
He deserves to be where he's at right now. Maybe even it might be a little high. Cade Cunningham is a top 25 NBA player by the end of this next season.
How is Paolo Banchero below half the guys that are ahead of him right now?
Yeah, that's a problem, too.
Come on, man.
That's a problem.
Anyway.
Hey, big year from P5 coming.
I like that.
I do, too.
Yeah.
With you. He's Strick. I'm Austin. Ellie's been on the board. We're going to call that good for On the Block. Stricky, who just walked in?
Uncle Cappy.
You got a box of goods for us?
Mm-hmm.
Like always. We'll lead off old school with Thirsty Thursday. Don't go anywhere. You won't want to miss it. Big thanks to Nebco for sponsoring On the Block. And make sure you get out to Madsen's Bowling and Billiards tonight. We'll have Fred Hoiberg speaking at the event from 5:30 to 7. We can do this. 8th anniversary fundraiser. Go check them out. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards tonight, 5:30 to 7.
You've seen them come and go. Franchise testosterone clinics that pop up and then whoosh, they're gone. These franchise clinics quickly find out it's not easy to compete with Limitless Male. Limitless is locally owned and operated with a flawless protocol that has elevated them to be the best in men's testosterone replacement and sexual performance. By adding GLP-1s, our patients are losing weight in a healthy way. To feel your optimal best, schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
You're counting on your team to win. So why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including